Buried Treasure. Part 4. The Gold Hidden in the Shadows. Embracing the hidden and reclaiming wholeness. Welcome, dear one. Take a deep breath and then another. Let the world outside soften, as though the corners of your life blur into a gentle mist. In this space you are safe. Safe to explore, safe to feel, and yes, even safe to meet those parts of yourself that you might normally keep at arm's length. Today, we journey inward to meet your shadow. Ah, the shadow, that stowaway in the ship of your psyche. Carl Jung, according to urban mythology, described it as the part of us we'd rather not invite to tea. He may or may not have said that, but it is the truth. Jung chronicled much of his experience with the shadow self in his 1951 work Ion, and it is agreed today that the shadow self can be described as highly emotional, driven by primal instinct, often violent, and usually concealed from the social world by the conscious mind. Jung explained that the shadow is the hidden, repressed, for the most part inferior and guilt-laden part of ourselves. Cast your mind back to the work we have done on our social persona, or personas. We succeeded in detaching ourselves from those social masks. Now, if the persona is everything we think we are, the shadow is everything we think we are not. It is even those parts of us that are part of the collective shadow, the shadow aspects of our own society, which we may never have questioned. Unconscious racism and bigotry live here. It's the guilt-laden, cringe-worthy, I really didn't mean to say that, or the unacceptable to us, I didn't mean to do that bits. If your shadow is very dark, you may not even remember saying or doing such things, but you did. Becoming aware of such things can be deeply shocking, but it is a vital step towards knowing yourself. And here's the twist, it also holds our spark, our untapped potential, and the treasure map to a deeper, freer self. Imagine the shadow as the basement of your psyche. Sure, there might be a few cobwebs and creaky floorboards, but there's also a box labeled Buried Treasure, the gold hidden in the shadow. Think of it as the emotional attic of your mind, a place where you've stashed old memories, unresolved wounds, unrealized dreams, and, let's be honest, a few dusty skeletons. Yet it's not just a storage room of gloom. There's treasure buried in there too. Let's explore and enlighten it together with a dash of humor and plenty of compassion. What is the shadow exactly? The shadow is made up of repressed aspects of your psyche. These aren't random odds and ends, they're integral to your identity. This includes old hurts and emotional baggage you've tried to forget, but your subconscious didn't get the memo. Desires that never quite got their moment in the spotlight. A mix of both the messy and the marvelous. It's not just the place where your embarrassing moments or horrible thoughts, words and actions live rent-free. It also holds gifts like instincts that keep you grounded in reality. You know, the stuff that helps you recognize when maybe petting a porcupine isn't the best idea. Reactions that are perfectly appropriate, but might have been shushed by society. Insights that are refreshingly real. Creative impulses that could lead to your next masterpiece. So, why does the shadow matter? Jung believed the shadow is more than just an emotional closet, it's a doorway to the self. Integrating it into your conscious awareness is vital for individuation, a fancy word for becoming your most authentic whole self. In other words, you can't truly shine if you're pretending the parts of you that cast shadows don't exist, but, and this is important, you don't want to let your shadow take the wheel. Jung warned that if you let it overwhelm you, it can lead to actions that don't reflect your best self. Think of it this way. It's fine to invite the shadow to the table, but don't let it commandeer the dinner party, or it might decide to carve up the guests instead of the roast meat or vegan loaf. Before we begin the meditation, here are some practical ways to befriend your shadow. Find healthy outlets for pent-up emotions. Aggression and desire aren't inherently bad. They just need to be shown the right way out, one that does not involve hurting other people. There are plenty of healthy ways to release pent-up aggression and repressed sexual desire. Find them. Next, question societal expectations. Sometimes the customs you've been following might not serve you anymore. It's okay to set them down. Finally, follow your passions, even if they make you stand out. Your shadow often holds clues to the dreams you've been ignoring. Ultimately, your shadow is a part of you, a rich, complex, and, yes, sometimes challenging part. Meeting it with curiosity, kindness, and a little bit of humor makes all the difference. After all, even the darkest corners of your psyche can hold a light switch. You just have to look for it, and that is what we are going to do today. Close your eyes now, if you feel comfortable, or leave them half open, gazing softly at nothing in particular. Your breath is your anchor, steady and calm. Inhale deeply, imagining that your lungs fill with curiosity and courage. Exhale, letting go of judgment and fear. Now, in the theatre of your mind, imagine yourself standing at the entrance to a grand library. This is no ordinary library. It is the library of you. Its walls are lined with books, each one containing a chapter of your life. Some are well read, others gather dust. And then, in a corner, you see a door. It's old, perhaps a bit weathered, but there's something compelling about it. This door leads to your shadow. Are you ready? Let's open it together and enter the shadow's realm. Step through the door into a room that feels simultaneously familiar and mysterious. It might look like a place from your past, a childhood bedroom, an old attic, or even a forest clearing. Wherever it is, trust that this space has been waiting for you. In the center of the room, there's a mirror. But it's not just any mirror, it's an honest mirror. It shows not only your reflection, but also the parts of yourself you've tucked away. As you look, you might see something surprising, such as a younger version of yourself, perhaps holding a box of old hurts you've never fully unpacked, or a version of you that's wild-eyed and vibrant, bursting with creativity you've stifled for far too long, or perhaps a very shadowy figure, representing your anger, your fear, your unfulfilled desires, qualities you've labeled as bad and tried to ignore because you just do not want to be that person. But remember, dear one, these parts of you are not your enemy. They are simply waiting for recognition, like a child raising their hand in class, saying, "Please, notice me." These parts of you that are in shadow all have something to teach you. It is time to meet the shadow with compassion and enlighten it, so that it is clear to your conscious mind. Take a step closer to the mirror. Speak gently to whatever or whoever appears. You might say, "I see you. I'm ready to understand why you're here. Thank you for protecting me in your own way, even if it wasn't always helpful. What do you need from me in order to heal?" Listen closely. The shadow often speaks in whispers. It does not shout. It might show you a memory, a feeling, or even a simple word. If you encounter something difficult, shame, regret, or anger, don't turn away. Breathe deeply and remind yourself, this is a part of me, but it is not all of me. Every great hero faces a dragon or two, and you, my friend, are no different. And if you see a gift, a spark of creativity, a hidden strength, or a forgotten dream, reach for it. Hold it close. This is the gold that was buried in the shadow, waiting for you to claim it. If you need to, pause the video here. Take your time to do this inner work. It will reward you. Welcome back, dear one. It is time to enlighten the shadow by integrating it with the conscious mind. Focus on what you have discovered in the depths of your shadow. When you feel ready, thank the shadow for its lessons. Remember, you must not merge with it. Jung warned us against that. You are the one in charge here. The shadow is a guide, not the driver of your life. Take some time to show the shadow who is the boss, you. Now, as you step back through the door and into the library of you, carry with you the understanding that all the parts of you, even the parts you did not want to acknowledge, are part of your wholeness. Close the door gently, knowing you can return whenever you need to. Slowly, bring your awareness back to your breath. Feel the steadiness of your body, the support of the ground beneath you. Wiggle your fingers and toes, stretching gently if it feels right. When you open your eyes, know this: the shadow isn't something to fear. It's a companion on your journey to self-discovery, a reminder that even the darkest corners of your soul can hold light. And if the shadow gets cheeky later, whisper back with a smile, "Nice try, but I see you now." Well done, brave one. You've done good work today. If you found this meditation helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with others who might benefit from diving into their own shadow work. Stay blessed, dear one.